Want to do a roll call, Trace? Do a roll call.
Somebody need to mute their. Somebody need to mute their phone.
Could somebody mute, please? Somebody record something. Could you mute, please?
Michelle.
Michelle, can you mute, baby? Okay, thank you so much. We do a roll call. Starting out with Dave. Dave, you're muted, but we know Dave's here. Go ahead, Tiff.
Tiffany
Do a roll
here.
call, everybody. That ain't working.
I'm here, Joanne.
Thank you, Joanne.
Chrissy's here.
Calvin and Juanita.
Thank you, Juanita.
Chrissy's
here.
Could you hear me?
Tawana Bruce.
Once you acknowledge your attendance, please mute.
Chrissy Bowles.
Thank you, Chrissy.
Frank Woods.
Thank you, Frank. Can someone mute
Michelle
someone's
Thomas.
phone? Michelle, can you mute? Thank you. Go ahead, continue, please, everybody. Did we get everyone?
Juanita, is Calvin there with you?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Is there anyone we missed? All right, well, thank you, everybody, for being here. We will get right to it. I trust everyone as well, and I welcome you all. I thank you for your attendance and your participation. As we begin, I'm asking Brother Dave Claxton to lead us in prayer. And Dave, as you share this prayer, please include our members who may be in the throes of illness or grief and navigating life's challenges. Dave? Get to unmute, Dave.
We thank you for your kindness, oh God. We ask you right now to look at those that are bereaved, those that are sick in their bodies, those that need an uplifting. We know that you said in your word that you would be a healer and you'd be a comforter. And we're asking for your comforting power right now. Oh God, we ask you just to look over this vast number of members that we have and bless everyone to lift up their heads. So you lift up your heads to see your goodness. And we'll thank you right now for all things in your precious name. Amen and amen.
Amen.
Thank you, David. All right, everybody, we'll say happy birthday to Latanya. Her birthday was yesterday. And of course, Pam's birthday was today. Happy birthday to all of them again. We want them to have another birthday. We're getting a motion to accept the agenda. The agenda is our standard agenda. Call the order, invocation, approval of agenda, minutes, correspondence, finance report.
I make a motion, we accept it. Lois Lofton Donover.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second, Dave Claxton.
Thank you, Dave. It's been motion and second. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you so much. We'll move on with the agenda. Next up on the agenda is minutes. Tracy?
I emailed them out today. Did everyone get a chance to see them?
And if so, I will entertain a motion to forego the reading of the minutes if that's acceptable, and accept the minutes as presented with any additions, corrections. Is there a motion for that?
Motion to accept the minutes as distributed. Tiffany.
Thank you, Tiffany. Is there a second?
I second.
Okay, I don't know who that was. Who was that, please?
Angela.
Thank you so much, Angela. It's been motion and second. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you so much. Next up is correspondence. Michelle. Ms. Michelle Thomas, can you unmute? Thank you. Michelle, are you there?
Mm-hmm.
Hello, can you hear me?
Hear you now, dear.
Okay, good evening. I currently have nothing to report at this time. Thank you.
Michelle, could you share with them that what is upcoming in terms of the calendar?
Yes, President Joseph asked me to spearhead our CBTU calendar, in which different information that will be going on monthly will be posted in the calendar. And if anybody has other information that they would like to add to the calendar, feel free to forward me the information. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Are there any questions for Michelle? Any questions for Michelle? Hearing none, I will entertain a motion to accept her report.
Motion to accept Michelle's report.
Thank you,
Second,
Angela. Is there a second?
second,
Thank you for second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, move forward. Next up, our committee reports. Is Gary Grant on the line?
Mm-hmm.
Gary, could you make a report, please, on the potential for the health fair?
Okay, right now, we're still in the beginning of the planning stages of it. We have a tentative time frame for the date. We're looking for either the midway or later part of August. And this is the men's health fair. So we're looking at one possible location is out at Region 1, which would be out there in Warren. Discussing it with the region now to see if they will be able to accommodate us based on that time. We will need several volunteers to handle some of the logistics of it. And we will be coming with some more information at a further date, lock down exactly what roles we need filled on it. But that's what we are right now as far as the Men's Committee. And this will be the first one of the major kickoffs for the Men's Committee. So looking forward to it being successful, and will appreciate everyone's assistance that will be able to help us.
Thank you, Gary. And just to add in on it, myself and Willie Bell will be the co-chairs. Had an opportunity to meet with the regional director, Brother Harris, today. And thanks to Gary Grant's good grace, he welcomed me to his office. Thank you, Gary. And there's a lot going on, everybody. If you can think of the remodeling after the health fair that they do every year in October at Ford Field, there'll be free health screening for prostate cancer, diabetes, heart, and also be a family affair. So again, as Gary said, when we have more details, we'll bring it back to the executive board formally, and we think you will be pleased with it. Are there any questions for Gary?
Not a question, but a comment.
Please.
One of the things that all men need to do is make sure you get your prostate checked periodically. I've got a brother right now that's in the 4th stages of cancer, and matter of fact had a conference call with his wife and the nurse and social worker today. Please make sure you get your prostates checked. That's what I've got to say.
Thank you, Dave. Just to share some personal information, I normally don't do this, but I've been diagnosed with prostate cancer. And when it first happened, I was really upset and scared. And after I talked to my doctor and talked to some people like Bianca Rogers and other people and prayed, I talked to my doctor and I told him I need to share my diagnosis with other brothers so they won't go through what I'm going through. 4 of my uncles passed from prostate cancer. It's high in my family. My brother has prostate cancer. So that was the impetus for us to start this. And then Brother Gary and I sat down and came about with this idea. So Dave, you're absolutely right. And I'll be speaking on that with my doctor at the event. So I don't normally talk about my health, but again, if I can prevent somebody else from getting prostate cancer, I will do what I can. So thank you, David. Any other questions for Brother Gary? Hearing none, we entertain a motion to accept this report as presented.
So moved.
Motion.
Who was that, please?
Second. Tiffany,
Second
second.
by Tiffany, thank you. Who made the motion, please?
Dave.
Dave,
Thank you, David. If the motion is second, all in favor?
Aye.
aye,
Aye.
Any
Aye.
opposed? Any opposition? Thank you so much. Any other committee report? David, if you can give a report on the, which has been in the news quite a bit, on the cigarettes and also the retiree event that you are spearheading at the convention.
Yes, we've had probably our final meeting for the retirees committee. And again, any of those on here or any of our other members that you know of that will be going to the convention, please have them come to the retirees conference, which is going to be on Wednesday, the day before the convention actually open up. We will be from noon until 5. We would certainly like to have all of you there. And many of you may have heard about what's happening with in terms of trying to get particularly our communities, our Black communities, away from menthol cigarettes. This is it's a dying thing that has been happening in our neighborhoods. Those cigarettes are really geared to get people hooked on them. Now that the federal government is coming out against the menthol cigarettes, this is something that need to take heed to. And you know, if any of you that are hooked on those type of devices, you really need to check to your medical people to get them to let you know what you're doing to your body. We need to get away from menthol cigarettes. And this is a group that have been working on this for a long time and finally got the attention of the federal government to move on this issue. You know how long it took them to deal with tobacco, to really get tobacco out of all communities, but particularly menthol in the Black community has been hurting us.
Thank you, David. I had the opportunity to talk to some of those people, and I think it's in 2 years when the ban will go into effect. We'd like the people quit smoking cigarettes totally, but it's a cancer, literally, in the Black community. Thank you, David. Any questions for David? Hearing none, I entertain a motion to accept this report.
Motion to accept Dave's report.
Thank you. Is there a second?
I second.
Thank you so much. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Those have it. Next up on the committee report, let me ask, is there any other committee reports? Pam or Denise here? And Angela Powell, are you here?
Yes.
I am here.
Can you give I know you can't give a complete report, but you can give an idea of the conversation you and I had about the fundraiser we're considering.
Well, briefly, we discussed doing a comedy fundraiser. I haven't had a chance to speak with everyone else that maybe agreed to help out with this fundraiser. So we're still in the planning process. And as soon as we get more information, we'll get back with the executive board with more information.
Thank you, Angela. And everybody, we're thinking about doing it around Labor Day, making it a big issue. And we may even have a hip hop flavor to it. But Angela will be working directly with Denise and Pam and that committee to make sure that happens. I appreciate you taking that on, Angela. Are there any questions for Angela? Hearing none, I entertain a motion to accept her report as presented.
Motion to accept.
Is there a second?
Support.
Thank you so much. Are there any other committee reports? Any other committee reports? Hearing none, we'll move on to our financial report. Tawana?
Okay, our Comerica Bank beginning balance was $6,408.79. We had a cash app for membership dues of $175. Memberships that have paid for their uniform shirts was $1,734. We deposited $202 for membership dues and received credit card payments of $61.54. That gives our accounts receivable $2,172.54. In our accounts payable, we paid for the airline ticket, which was $712.20. We bought 5 tickets from Michelle for $100, 5 tickets from Angela for $100. We paid our national CBTU dues, $1,987.50. There was a reimbursement for the breast cancer event to Michael Joseph of $60.81. We purchased 2 tickets for $300 for NAACP. We paid $100 to U of M DCLCS. We had additional national dues of $143.75. Tracy, there's a correction for the transfer. That was 7 for the regional registration fees of $191.
It was how much?
$191. The correction is who it was sent to. It wasn't Canton, it was Region 7.
Oh, okay.
And that came up to $3,695.26. That leaves us with $4,886.07 in the Comerica Bank account. We have scholarship funds of $234.04. Friend of the Court event, $740 is included in the Comerica balance. The uniform shirts is also included in Comerica balance of $1,734. And we also have a room full of furniture included in the balance. And that total is $3,977 that is included in that Comerica Bank balance. In First Independence, we have $6,728.48, which leaves us an ending balance for both accounts of $11,614.55.
Thank you. And that account is for our scholarship funds. Are there any questions for Tawana? Any questions for Tawana?
Michael, I'm on my phone, so I'm not able to raise my hand. This is Lois. The funds are still coming out, Michael, once again at $240 some for scholarship. So if I could get some clarity, because we do at least want to award 2 scholarships, that's $1,000 itself. And we do not have the revenue from the report in the scholarship fund. So where is that money?
That money is in the money. I'm sorry, go ahead, Tawana.
The scholarship money is in the First Independence Bank. There is $6,728.48 that I've learned is used for scholarships, as well as
You've made my mind, you've relieved my mind. Okay, thank you.
Boys, you and I had that conversation. I was telling you before that, that was covered. So we wanted to make sure everybody understood that we don't even touch that fund. That is for scholarships. And Lois, I'm gonna call you up to after we finish this report to talk about the scholarship. Thank you. Any other questions for Tawana? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to accept the report as presented. Is there a motion to accept?
Motion to accept.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. The motion is second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you so much. And with that, I'll take privilege. Lois, I apologize. I did not have you on the screen. Could you give us a report, please, on the scholarship? You and I have talked about it. I'm going to include it in my report, but if you could give us a report on the scholarship, please.
The scholarship fund, we updated the application, Phil and I did, because it wasn't anything that we needed to bring the committee in on. And we made the due date as June 15th, that the materials, the application deadline. I do not know if it's up because Phil is the one that handles those logistics. We will award 2 scholarships, $500 each. Once the applicant has been vetted, we know everything is in place, we will award it. We may be able to award it in July, and then again, we may not, depending on other things that's happening. So we will see, but it will be 2 for $500 each.
And Lois, give me Addie a minute. You and I had a great conversation about it, just so everybody will know. There'll be 2, if you can give them a little more detail on the qualifications in terms of the good standing as well as the students' standing.
Well, the students will, we're taking a C+ average, but the money is, they can be going to a community college or a 4-year university.
No trade school?
So we did look at, we had one student that was already in a community college and they applied. There's a little waiver for the community colleges because usually those individuals are more on a working track. They don't have the parental support as our students that graduate directly from high school and go to the university. But the GPA is the same, a strong C.
And everybody,
we do look at need. We do look at
we
need
wanted
too.
it to be on the threshold of excellence. The whole purpose of it was not necessarily awarding an A student, but people that are trying. Someone said something about trade school. Yes, trade schools are eligible as well. And one important thing, Lois, you would give them the eligibility in terms of a membership standing.
Well, you have to be a member in good standing for 2 years. So you couldn't just join this year because your child was graduating and qualify for the scholarship. It doesn't go like that.
So all of that,
and Michael,
go ahead.
I know we're adding the trades, but then that is something will have to be a sidebar with our board, our committee, because originally when we created this, we did not put it in. We did not specify trades. We didn't say the word. And we don't want to award something to someone and then we're audited and we're giving money to something we didn't even say. So we will
can
need
correct
to be
that.
looked at.
Yes, we will correct that. And
That is-
also, I'm sorry, go ahead, please.
I said that discussion was supposed to take place. We had talked about that a couple of years ago, adding it in. And I guess we never got a chance to when COVID hit. That's when we had
Right.
Yeah, change everything.
Yeah.
But it's something that can be dealt with. I mean, I don't, but the most important thing that we're back on board. Lois, can you tell them the 2 questions that they're going to be asked to write on?
They're going to be asked to write why is it important to be a registered voter, and also how does political action play in the role of your environment? And they ask the same. They'll write at least 500-word essay.
So I want to thank Lois and the committee. I'm putting together a short single-page thing that we will publish. Phil has it ready to go onto the website. The application is long. It's not like 1 page, so
It's
more
1
detailed.
page. And the one thing I'd like to let everyone know, we do not release that check until, because it will go directly to the recipient. It will not be released to them until they can verify they are enrolled. They have to be enrolled. And if we're going to look at the trades, they got to be in an active program and they're enrolled for it. Not just, well, I'm going here. No, we have to have proof they're enrolled. You can't make them stay in the program, but they have to at least be enrolled in it.
And we're excited about that. And thank Lois and Phil and the committee for your hard work on that. Any other questions for Lois?
Lois, what was the second?
The second question is about how does political action affects our life. It's not the quite wording, but it's in there. Can you say tentatively? That's that last question, because I don't have it in front of me. And
Yeah,
Michael, I'm going to choke you to death.
and community being involved in the
Involvement,
community.
something like that. I'm gonna
Yeah,
choke you to
community
death if
involvement.
you don't stop telling. You get up here, you need to give me guidance of what you need when we gonna have a meeting. So I don't be looking like I'm swinging by the seat of my pants.
Best thing about see your pants, baby. It's all written out. It'll be on the website and everybody can see it, but you have this in your heart and your head. So thank you so much. Any other questions for Lois?
Yes, I have
Go
a
ahead, please.
question. In their statement, can they write something about union? We're a trade union group and our money is going to them. So they should say something about unions also.
Well, that application is, but that is something that we can get up immediately after for the new year. We've already have the questions, the application is out. It should be posted. I'm asking Phil, is it posted?
And I
But that is
I will
something,
email it to everybody after the meeting so you can
that
see
is
it.
something that we can definitely, as a committee, Calvin, we can draft that question. We can have as many questions as we want. But I agree with you 100%. We should talk about union. But I think our thinking initially when we started that we were all union members, we belonged to a union, we didn't, and we were in the thongs of trying to get everyone politically involved in the community and at the polls. But we can change anything. And the committee will meet after June 15th. I don't see us having a need to meet before then, because that'll be the deadline and we'll be looking at the application. And then after that, we'll decide a day how we want to come together and have a meeting to revamp the application.
And does anyone like to join that committee, just contact Lois and let her know you'd like to participate with that committee. Any other questions? Any
Yeah, I
other
got a question.
Lois? Go ahead, please.
Lois, this is Tiffany. Does this have to be one? Another family person, niece, nephew, grandkid?
It is on there. I don't know if we put grandkids. I'm not sure. I don't have it in front of me, but I know it's an immediate family. And we did do nephew, so it's probably on there because Chrissy's nephew was a recipient of it 1 year. So if we got nephew on there, we got a grandbaby.
Okay, thank you.
And I will mail it to everybody, email it today after the meeting. Any other questions for Lois? Any other questions for Lois? Hearing none, I entertain a motion to, I'm sorry, go ahead, please. I can't see.
Tracy has a hand up. I don't know if you need to ask.
Go ahead, Tracy,
No, that
please.
was from before.
Oh, okay.
Okay, thank you, Phil. Any other questions for Lois? Hearing none, we'll entertain a motion to accept her report as presented.
Make a motion to accept the report.
Thank you, Calvin. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, we'll move on. And thank you again, Lois. Appreciate it. I know you were
Thank you, guys. Okay, bye-bye.
And thank you for doing such great work. This is something that's been near and dear to CBTU. I know Frank and I talked about this for a long time, and to see it get back up on this feet, Lois, thank you so much. We really appreciate that. Are there any other committee reports? Then I will ask Chrissy if you can make a report on the ETAP, Chrissy.
Hi, on the ETAP, it is only regarding our Ford members. So we have members from local 900, 600, 3000, and local 182 that will be attending. I also have from, because I handle it on the national level, I also have members from Kansas City. So if you all receive an email, and I'm thinking at this point is on everyone. If you receive an email from the national office in regards to the online registration, that is because some of you may have registered online, but did not complete the payment portion because you were doing the voucher system. If you do receive an email, reply back to that email indicating that you are under the voucher. And if you have your voucher ID number, indicate that ID number in the voucher. Most of you, I know I had to update 40 records. So most of you have already done that. So that's what I'm saying. If you get the email from them, please respond back. Don't not respond, but respond back with the appropriate information. And this year, I have been assigned to handle all of UAW. So that's not just Ford, but that's Chrysler, General Motors, Blue Cross, all of UAW constituencies, as well as Ontario. So the presidents and the regional directors, they will be getting a report from me once I get one from national office to let them know what members of this particular chapters that will be attending. And prayerfully, this report will not be indicating anyone as a guest. If it is and it needs to be corrected, the presidents will respond and let me know ASAP. Does anyone have any questions?
Yes, Chrissy, this Phil. Do you have any idea how many members that are from Region 7 that are attending the conference? Ballpark number?
Right now from Region 7, it looks like we're gonna have about 123.
Oh, okay.
Oh, very good.
Oh, boy, I like that.
I think it's about 123.
Okay, great.
Frank, was that about the number?
I think you're correct. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but as it gets closer to that date, we would be more in line to know approximately how many people we have coming. Because like we said, we do have those that are not per se signed up with any particular chapter, but they did go through the national office to submit their dues and things of that nature. So.
Yeah, Chrissy, I do have a follow-up question to that.
Okay.
Members that, all of a sudden are now available to go, would they still end up, if they can attend the conference now, the convention now, would they still be able to attend as a voting member or not? So if they found out like this week they were able to attend the conference, would they end up being a guest or would they be able to be a voting member, even though it's kind of like past the deadline?
If they have gotten their dues in, yes, they would be
a voting delegate.
They would be a delegate to be able to vote. If they did not get their dues in by April 25th to the any particular chapter, president, region, then no, they would not be able to vote.
Okay. Yeah, that was the question.
Now, if the presidents can verify that their information was turned in time, then we would have to go back and make those necessary adjustments to the records.
Okay, great. Thank you.
So I'm trying to make sure for Region 7, I'm trying to make sure all of that is straight and set before I leave out of here on May 24th. I'm working on everybody's.
Any other questions for Chrissy? Any other questions for Chrissy?
Angela has her hand up.
Go ahead, please. Thank you, Phil.
Chrissy, my question is pertaining to the you said if we receive an email from international, please respond to it. Is there a way for us to verify if we have indeed received that email and maybe it potentially went to spam or something? Because I don't want to, if I did for whatever reason, I don't want to miss it. Or is there a way to verify that they did receive everything they needed from us?
It's going to come from CBTU.org. So whatever email, when you filled out the online form, it requests for your email address. So it's going to go to that same email address that you indicated on the either the online or the mail-in form. Most of this is coming from online. So it would be whatever email address you indicated in the online, but it will be coming from CBTU.org, which is the national email address. So I am supposed to be notified of everyone that is going to be going to. So again, once it does, if there's somebody in question, I should be able to double check it. But for everyone that's for the Ford, that's using the Ford ETAP, and that was 40 records that I had to update, those 40 are done. That's local 900, local 3000, local 600, local 182, and local 862.
Okay, thank you, Chrissy. I think that answers my question.
All right.
Go ahead, Vince.
I just got a question. With over 100 and some delegates representing Region 7, what type of voting power do we have compared to in the past? It's just a curiosity thing. And do we have some type of strategy where it's something we want to do that we want to correct?
Yes, I think it's more of a question for Frank and myself, not for Chrissy. And Frank's going to make a report, and I have it in my report, and we can address that at that time. Any other questions for Chrissy? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to accept the report, and thank you, Chrissy, for what you're doing for the national and representing us. You've been doing it for years, and I also want to thank you for that beautiful text you just sent me. Love you, baby. And
All right.
love you, baby.
Okay.
Thank you so much. We'll entertain a motion to, I'm sorry, Juanita? You had a question, dear? And I will entertain a motion to accept Chrissy's report is presented. Is there a motion?
Yeah, Calvin made it.
Calvin, thank you, Calvin. Is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any other committee reports? Thank you, everybody. Hearing none, we'll move on to the president's report, and we will address. I'm
Michael,
sorry.
if I can, one thing.
Sure.
If anyone is going to be going to the convention, because credentials, we do need more support. If anyone is going to be there Tuesday afternoon, if you can let me know for the Catherine, what is that, Catherine Leadership something that's going on Tuesday morning. We're going to need some support. So if anyone that can, if you can let me know, I would appreciate it.
Okay. I think David Gines said he was going to help. Did you get in touch with him?
No.
I think he said he would be available, but I'll connect you to.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay. Next up, everybody, is the president's report. National updates. The convention is 17 days away, and I'd like to do a roll call right now of everybody on this call who will be attending. So if you are attending, can you either raise your hand or just let us know verbally that you will be attending? Okay, Chrissy is attending. Frank is attending. Tanya's attending. Angela Powell's attending. I know you're getting this for me, Tiffany. Tracy. Phil, you're attending?
Yes.
Phil's attending. Dave Claxton's attending. Tawana Bruce is attending. Michelle is attending. Vince is attending. I think that's the last. Gary, you attending?
Can you put your hands up?
If everybody put your hands up again, please. Twana's putting her physical hand up. Vince has his physical hand. Dave has his physical hand. And Phil's attending. He didn't have his hand up.
Yeah, Tanya's got a little brown hand.
Yeah, Tanya, Tanya Black. She's gonna put the. She had a fist. She had a fist.
It looked like me.
And Gary Grant is attending as well, if I understand. Okay, thank you, everybody.
Wait, I'm still writing.
I'm sorry, dear. You're so efficient. I thought you were done and ready to move to the next one.
I took shorthand in high school, which was 50 years ago.
Let me know when you're ready, dear.
Let's see. Okay, I wrote down Chrissy, Frank, Angela Powell, Phil, Dave Claxton, Billy Hayes, Joanne White, Tanya Ray, LaTanya Phipps, Gary Grant, Vince. Did I miss somebody?
Me.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Tawana Bruce?
Yes, Tawana Bruce. And Gary Grant.
I got him.
Okay, thank you. All right, thank you, everybody. And again, Chrissy, thank you for, I don't know if people know how hard you work, and Tracy, both of you guys are incredible. Thank you so much. Again, the convention is 17 days away. Any information that you need is online at the CBTU convention website. And that is CBTU51st.info. Again, California has rescinded its mask mandate for indoors. I am suggesting that everyone should wear a mask, especially those coming from Michigan. You must have your vaccination proof when you come, both vaccinations. The booster is not required, but the 2 vaccinations with the Moderna, if it's Johnson & Johnson or the other one, you have to show that, whether you're a guest or you're a delegate. Having a booster shot, again, is not required. Again, I will be wearing my mask. I'm encouraging everyone to wear their mask. Do we know about the registration? We don't have to go through all of that again. Just make sure that you register. I can emphasize enough that if you don't have your vaccination information, whether it's on your phone, whether it's a hard copy or a piece of paper, they will not let you attend. A lot of activities will be going on. I won't go into, we've been talking about that. The most important one, everybody, and since it's Saturday, May 28th, that's when we're going to be voting. Voting will begin at 3 and ends at 6. It is paramount that you be there. Frank's going to have some information to share with you, but it's very important that you be there, along with our regional meeting will be held on that Friday. We spoke about it. I'll talk about it a little more. Frank will go in more detail in the regional meeting, but I am suggesting, especially if you're a UAW member, do not sign up for golf. The golf outing, because of scheduling, they could not do it on a Saturday. It's scheduled at the same time as regional meetings. I strongly suggest you attend our regional meeting and not the golf outing if you're so inclined to golf. The national scholarship deadline is passed, and they will announce that they'll be paying up again up to $2,000. The CBTU social events LA chapter still may sponsor a social event. Now, I was blessed to get access to a suite at no cost. That'll be on Thursday, May 26th. I'd like to hold a Region 7 only reception. It gives opportunity to chill and fellowship. Angela Powell, you are in charge of music. That's what you said you're going to do. So you're in charge of the music. I'm going to donate $100 in beverages. And if you'd like to help cover the cost of some light refreshments, there won't be finger food, some wine and things. People want to bring some heavy liquor that can BYOB. You can cash at me or contact me. I'm going to ask the other presidents, our regional representatives, as well as the regional executive board to donate. But we will have a suite for one night only, no cost to us whatsoever. We were blessed, and for us to have a chance to fellowship together. Again, you know, we nominated Peaches to be for the Addie White Award. I am praying that she wins, because she truly deserves that. The CBTU chapter reports. The issue came up last week. We had an executive board meeting with the Region 7, and Frank informed me that they told him told him that only the Canton chapter had turned the report for the convention book. I was shocked, totally shocked. And so I've turned in reports over 3 or more times. I even turned in the same report to the National Membership Committee per the request. As a matter of fact, I made a phone call, asked them, do I need to send this again? Because you already have it. And needless to say, they told us that we were not included. They did not have my reports. So I sent out a request saying they received reports of other chapters. I spoke with them and I asked them directly, do you need me to do a different report? Do you need me to do a detailed report? Do you need me, make it a narrative or bullets? And I'd already submitted multiple reports. And I thought they were asking for something different, but they were not. And I was told we would not be included in the convention book. So what I did was to send them emails of my submissions. And I shared a conversation with a member of their team who had forgotten that we had spoken. And I sent them the emails and I CC'd all of them, and they found out we were in compliance. Unfortunately, amnesia entered into the situation, and our archival emails that I had assisted in jogging their memories. The emails were found, and I have been told that we will be included in the book. I was really upset with them because of all the work this chapter has done over the year. It's done some incredible things. So as of now, I've been told we will be included in the convention book. I've spoken with leadership from different unions around the Tri-County area to support the convention by sending their members. I've done this discreetly. I've not banged on doors. And part of that, everybody, is us changing what people see CBTU as. So what I'm asking you to do, I know our chapter will do, especially our executive board, will attend the workshops, we'll attend those meetings, but we need to write reports. We need to, once we write those reports, please send them to Tracy Dye so we can have them in our archives. But also, you need to go to your membership meetings and read those reports or share those reports with people. I'm going to ask you to wear your CBTU uniform when you do that and tell everybody, besides telling them thank you for sending you, but also let them know what CBTU is doing and what you did at that particular convention. I will be monitoring personally the different workshops. I will be monitoring the workshops, and we'll share that on the executive board who attended and who didn't. One of the famous stories, and Phil and Pam and I, we shared for many years, there was one year when the only people in class was Phil, myself, and Pam. And we literally went to different classrooms because we're the only people from Detroit there. And that's never ever going to happen again, because I know we have responsible people who understand the responsibility, because we set a tone for Detroit CBTU. And I'm very proud, to be here working with you. So again, make your report, send it to Tracy Dye, and report during your membership meeting. And then you can report, invite them to CBTU events. When you're at your union meeting, we're giving away food, if we're doing a voter registration, if we're doing a labor walk, invite your members at your membership meeting to come participate with CBTU, even if they're not members, or they have a family member who needs some food, or they have a family member who needs to help, whatever we're particularly working on, invite them so they understand we're not going to just come to them once a year asking to send people to a convention, but we do this year round. Let them know what CBTU is about. You are the representative of what CBTU. Again, I wanted to know those of you who ordered your uniforms, if you order them early in time with the deadline with Tony Richard, you will be getting those in LA. They will be shipped to LA. If you order after the date, those will be coming to Local 600. So contact Tony Richard. If you have not ordered your polo shirt, please contact Tony Richard and order those as soon as you can. Our meeting location, our next meeting, a meeting in July, we're going to meet at the Vote Center. We discussed before, it's going to be like a tailgating. We're going to make it a festival occasion. We're going to present the Arnold Miller Award at that meeting. We have some guest speakers that'll be there, some really important guest speakers. You're going to be surprised. We also have a recognition program for our new members there. We're going to have some raffles, and we're going to go back to, it's going to be a business meeting, everybody, but we're going to have some fun as well. You guys remember years ago, Peaches and Pam, we do a dollar raffle, 50-50 raffle. We're going to reinstate that again. We want people, we're going to take care of business, but we want to also have fun. So we're looking forward to doing that in July at the Vote Center. Our membership drive has really been very, very successful. We have a lot of new members, right? And they're from different unions as well. We're going to have an opportunity to sign up some new members at the Young Workers Conference. So Sandor Duncan, who is our under 40 chair, will be spearheading that. Please contact him, the volunteers. You can sign up to sign people up, which you just entail you're sitting at a desk with our sign with hard copies and signing people up and encourage them to join Detroit CBTU. And they can't join Detroit, they can join Lansing, Canton, whatever, but we want them to join CBTU. We need you to be there and to help Sandor with that. If you have not paid your dues, please pay your dues. I want to thank everybody who have paid their dues already. You should have received your membership card from National CBTU. If you have not, contact our membership chair, Tracy Dye, as soon as possible so she can find out why you have not received your membership card. And again, you know her email, you can contact her. It's very, very important everybody we do that. The contest is still heating up, so you still can sign people up. Right now, Gary Grant is in the lead to win that $100. So Gary, you might have $100 in your pocket, man, when you go to California. But being serious, everybody, it was very successful. Please, you still have an opportunity to beat Gary, okay? That's the new thing, beat Gary Grant. Sign up more people than he did. He's done a great job, but I'm sure you can recruit at least 3 more people to join the Detroit chapter of CBTU. We're going to announce the winner of the contest at that July meeting. So please continue to recruit people. We talked about the uniform. The TULC Fresh Fry, thank you, Detroit CBTU, for going there and supporting them. That's what it's all about, supporting each other. Fundraising. If you have any ideas for fundraising, please contact Pam Powell and Denise Floyd or myself. We have some great events coming up. We talked about some of them. Again, we're working on details we can present to you later, but if you have some ideas, Frank and I talked about some years ago, and hopefully Frank will be able to do this year, to have a movie night, a dance night and movie the same night. So we're looking at different ideas. If you have a better idea, come on, bring it on. We need to do it. We're trying to avoid going in your pocket. We're trying to come up with some creative fundraising ideas. So please, everybody, let's pull together and see what we can do to do that. I still want to get a CBTU Detroit get together. We just go have some fun. We ain't worried about raising no money. Whether it's a baseball game, going to see the Malcolm X opera, or play at the repertoire. We're not doing fundraising, but they have a great play coming up. That's a full surprise play about racism that we may even go. Just go and have some fun and fellowship. The NAACP Labor Luncheon. I want to personally thank all of you that came. I sent an email out because it was time-sensitive information that you needed. So Andela White, Pam Powell, Kevin Tolbert, Tanya Phillips, Anthony Thomas, Owen White, Frank Woods, Tanya Ray, Denise Jenkins. Thank you for coming there. CBTU Detroit came in there, showed up. It was an incredible event. A young man named Chris Smalls, who will be on our program, he's coming on our program pretty soon. He's the brother that organized Amazon. His story was phenomenal. Won't go into a lot of details here, but we will talk about it Saturday. But he's a dynamic young brother. I just found out he's my cousin as well. But phenomenal events that they did to organize Amazon. What's really interesting is that, for me, my opinion, what he said was, if Amazon had gave them PPE, if Amazon allowed them to go pee, if Amazon had looked out for them, they wouldn't have had a union. But Amazon just disrespected them totally. And Amazon employees died. They fired a lot of them, over 1,000 people, and that was the birth of their unionism. They did a radio program the other day. I don't know if you guys got a chance to listen to it. National sent the information out. It was really phenomenal. And for me, it was Bill Lucy talking to these young people about organizing. And Bill and I talked after the program. He asked me what I thought about it. And I said one of the most amazing things was that bridge of Bill Lucy and these new young people coming together, him sharing that knowledge with us. So it was phenomenal. If you get a chance, you can listen to it online. But it's phenomenal. And again, Chris will be part of our PAR programs. Denise Jennings and Mr. Cobb and I attended the NAACP dinner representing CBTU. I saw the beautiful Pam Powell and Tanya Ray and Angelique and Kevin. Everybody was looking good, everybody shining. So we did make a show at the event. It was a great event. Again, Chris Mall was recognized along with some other people. Ganadai thanked us for our donation to their women's event, and they're going to be sending us a thank you letter. Again, I want to thank everybody at CBTU that showed up for Laura Dickinson's event. We had a good showing, a good time. Joanne White won some stuff that she didn't share with me, and KK and Peaches won stuff. So it was a good thing to support her. And I think everybody, we can understand those in the UAW, what's coming up with this election. Please vote. I believe it is this week. Please vote. Retirees, active people, please vote. It could possibly change the face of the UAW. Might not be women in leadership positions. Might not be too many African Americans in leadership positions. We need to let our voices be heard. The PAR podcasts are coming back up. Well, we've been planning those. Tanya Ray and I will be leading I won't call it debate, but a discussion with the congressional candidates. We're going to have 2 of those programs, and Tanya and I are looking forward to that. Again, we're going to have interview Chris Smalls and some other people. Also upcoming are candidates, Judge Bernstein and some other people. I want to thank everybody on this call and for everything that you do. The forces of evil, everybody, is getting bolder and bolder, trying to take our rights away in our pursuit to happiness. And we are not big enough or strong enough to take our eyes off the prize or to fight each other. The voting suppression mechanisms have not gone away. Abortion rights are just the tip of the iceberg. If they can succeed with that takeaway game, y'all, they're getting stronger. And we got to be ready to fight the good fight. So that's all I have. Are there any questions on the president's report? Any questions? Hearing none, I will entertain a motion to accept the president's report.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
There's been motion and second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. Oh, go ahead, Tiffany. Oh, I thought you had a question. Thank you, dear. All right, next up, thank you, everybody. Next up, I'd like to have a report from the region, on the Region 7, and I will chime in on my thoughts of that. Well, Frank?
Well, I don't have a long report because we had a meeting on Saturday. But hold on. As I said Saturday, this is a business meeting. And so we're going to make sure when we're at the meeting that Friday morning, that we will reiterate our purpose for being there. We'll make sure everyone has contact with everybody. So we're going to ask everybody to submit their cell phone number so we can have a text stream going so everybody know where to show up, where everybody know where to sit, so everybody can be in the convention hall when the voting starts and when it ends. Because as you know, a lot of things happen when we don't show up at those meetings and when they actually start voting before it's listed on the itinerary. So we have to be aware of all those things. It's a voting year. We're going to be voting for Wayne Blanchard to sit him as the secretary. He's the UAW Region 2B director. I believe the seats might be up for some trustees, as well as, of course, the officers. There's some rumblings that there may be a challenge to Terry. I don't know if Michael heard that, but I did hear that. I'm not going to speak on that today. I got to get more information about that. But yeah, we've done a good job. If we do indeed have over 120 people going, to Vince's, to what Vince had to ask about, it may not be the largest, because I know back in the day, we used to send that just out of Detroit. So if it's going to be the largest in a while, I believe Christy noted at the meeting on Saturday that there were only 600 and some odd people registered for the convention. So if that's the case, we're going to be a third of that whole convention, a quarter of it at least. So we have a chance to really affect some real change there if we really want to. The regional meeting we're going to do raffles. We're going to do a few things different because everybody got to get up in the morning. Nobody wants to be there at 7 in the morning, but that's just the nature of the beast. We're going to have a report about the COVID-19 resource center that we have in Detroit. I asked Peyton Wilkins to give us a real detailed report then. It is open, up and running. It's on 2nd Avenue down the street from the NAACP office. And we can host meetings there. I've been there to meet with the director. So that's something we might want to utilize, even if we have we decide to have a Detroit chapter can probably host a meeting there, because there is meeting space in that building. But we do have a few options out here. Let me see. It's not really a whole lot to talk about. Mike gave a good report on the things that was going on. We do have some more opportunities to grow the region. As you know, I've been trying to find a president for the Flint chapter, and that's been real difficult. We got a lot of members that say they're interested, but not only one has stepped forward. And then I just heard the other day that 2 other people have stepped forward. So we're going to probably have to do an interview session to make sure we have the right person to lead that chapter. And it's be key because, like I said, we'd be one of the only regions to have that many active and live chapters. We have big chapters, but we don't have the active and live chapters that we want to enlarge all across the state. Excuse me. And also Region 7 basically had to submit a report about the activities, which was the first that I had ever heard of this past So it will be just a small report in the book that I submitted. And that was after the fact, after we found out they wanted the regions to submit a report. Because, you know, for a while, we never even participated as a region until John Henry retired and I was the acting director until I got elected. And then COVID hit. So here we are. We got things to catch up on, some programs that I had wanted to try to implement in ask each chapter to participate in. Those are coming back up. And then there's also the ones that the Detroit chapter had participated in prior to that can actually be spread to the other chapters in the state. We were asked again to participate with the Juneteenth March Labor Stroll and Roll in Dearborn, but we turned it down, being a sponsor and a participant, basically because the request came in late and we were part of the planning and sponsor committee when it first started, and we were basically eliminated, but then asked to come back and support financially. So we turned that down, but it's up to each chapter if they want to submit to their members the information about it. I left that up to the chapter presidents, so that's up to them if they want to just ask people to attend. But we will not be serving in any official capacity in that event. Although it was historic and a first in Dearborn, I think that was a good thing. If we can get them to move an inch toward doing the right thing, then we've done our work. And that really is it. I don't have nothing more to say about the region is finally coming to life. So let's continue to do what we do and continue to make it grow. We'll be a better organization.
Fred, can you speak on what you spoke at the meeting on Saturday about our UAW identity?
Oh, yeah. Our region is the largest. It's the only UAW region in CBTU. All the other regions comprised are basically all other unions, steelworkers, SEIU, AFSCME. So there's always been I'm gonna say an attack or a disregard in the recent history of the UAW and of our region. And historically, we have been the one that really drove CBTU through them getting monies from the big three and through the UAW. So this year, we want to make sure that UAW's presence is felt. And I know probably everyone on this phone is UAW. That's not to slight any of the other unions, but they look at it as a UAW region, period. They don't know it, just the way it is. So I really want to make sure that you let them know that you are a UAW member. You're a proud UAW member or retiree. Wear some UAW paraphernalia as well as your CBTU. We have to show that strength, especially because our president, Ray Curry, will be in attendance. So I believe he's going to be at the regional meeting and he's going to definitely be at the conference. So we definitely want to make sure that the efforts that he put in to make sure that we had our members there is shown to him and appreciated. Because going forward, I know there's going to be some leadership changes at the top of CBTU as far as where the UAW sits in our in the board and in the officers' ranks. So I just want everyone to make sure that you're there and you represent the UAW well.
And Detroit.
and Detroit, because everybody's watching us. You know, when you don't think they're watching, they're watching. They want to see what we're going to do. So if we show up strong, 100 plus at the region, they're automatically going to assume that's UAW. Okay? And we're going to make sure that they believe that it's all UAW. And like I said, no slight to any other union, because it's just the way it always been. We've been top heavy in this region. And we have to show that, because, you know, there has been, it will continue to be an attack on labor, even from the AFL-CIO. The constituency groups have always had to show their reasons and the reason why they should support them. And we're back at that again. You know, we're blessed that we have a couple of brothers from the state that have really actually been elevated. Kevin Mapp, the United Steelworkers, is now executive vice president. He took the place of Fred Redmond. Fred Redmond was the vice president at CBTU. So we're going to look to see, indoctrinate Brother Mapp into this fold, also to get some of his members to join CBTU as well as APRI. So, you know, we have a good growth opportunity region-wide to make that happen. And, you know, we just have to make sure we protect Black leadership, you know, and Black elected leadership, because we're scarce. Okay.
And scarcer.
Okay.
And female leadership.
And that's what I'm saying. Black leadership, because I'm female, male. If you, like Mike talked about, brother from Amazon, Christian. Let me tell y'all know I did organizing. What he did, what they did, it took the UAW was in Mississippi 17 years before we even had a vote. So we spent millions upon millions of dollars to fight against Nissan, and we got beat 2-1. This brother slept on a park bench for 2 years, talking to his brothers and sisters at Amazon about making their lives better. And they won the first time around.
And he was fired.
And he was a fired worker, which is what happens, you know, and that's usually what happens, you know, and that's where you win. You win on that floor. You don't win by, although we sent a bus to Mississippi, which was great and everything like that, but it didn't energize the workers inside, which is what we were hoping it would do. So if you don't organize from the inside out, you just flapping in the wind. So yeah, we're looking forward to having more dialogue with that brother.
Frank, and he may be at the convention. He may be speaking at the convention.
Yeah, I've heard that. And I hope he is there.
Me too.
You know, yeah, and y'all got to realize he has a strong connection to the local 600. To local 600. Mike, you might not even know this. One of his other cousins that is the local 600 is a battle. Buddy battles, I believe, nephew. All right. He's a battle also. He's a battle on one side, and then Nelson Jack Edwards on the other side. So UAW 600, I mean, that's y'all baby. So we got to treat them right. But I'm off track, so I'm gonna get back on track.
Oh, you're on track, Frank. Do you also wanted us to wear certain apparel on that Friday morning meeting?
Yeah, if you can, and if you still have it, and you got your blue and orange CBTU regional shirt we had at our last live convention, which was in Atlanta in 2019. If you got it and you still gonna fit it because of COVID, wear it. If not, do what you can.
Why you look at me when you say that, Frank?
Well, that's because you on my screen, my brother.
I think he was looking at us all.
Hey, I don't know if I can find mine. If I can, I would probably want to fit around my arm. But
wait, Chrissy had a question. Chrissy, go ahead, Chrissy.
No, mine is just to piggyback on what Frank was saying. when we talk about, we also need to let them know the history behind CBTU is with the Buddy Battles, the Jack Edward. You know, they need to understand and recognize all the forms of labor, the different unions that established CBTU.
Absolutely.
Where CBTU came out of, which is right there on Grand River.
Absolutely.
ULC. And so they need to understand and recognize not just Region 7, but understand and recognize the history.
Right. I agree. Chrissy, we all really should sit down and write that whole narrative, because it all really started at the T back in 57 when it was organized. And the T was so large at one point it had 10,000 members nationwide. And that is in the archives at the that history is in the archives at the Walter Reuther Library. So yeah, I think we should tell the history of Black labor here in Detroit, and all the labor unions that have been instrumental in making this thing grow.
Just to let you all know, Dave Claxton, Tawana Bruce, and myself did a video with Bill Lucy on that very subject. And we also have a new member who's coming in to CBTU, who works on archival things, who will be assisting us on the CBTU Detroit history book. So we will be doing those kind of things. Again, it takes time, everybody. It doesn't take 3 weeks to do this, but we are on the move doing different things.
And the reason I mention that is because Wayne Blanchard, who is from 2B, if I'm correct, Frank?
Yep.
If we hadn't started making the noise about that position, we don't know what would have happened as to what has transpired. So we need to be there in full support of everything.
Absolutely.
I think like when they say it's time for the vote to be taking place, for the convention hall to convene, because we will be doing elections. I mean, even if we don't have to do any voting, we all need to be in that election hall.
Absolutely. And just to piggyback on what Frank and Chrissy has shared with you, we already have an app that you will be getting. You're going to get from me, everyone from the Detroit chapter who attends the convention, a package. And that package will have, like Tiffany gave a great report when she told us things to do, like, don't be alone, wear loose-fitting clothes, make sure you dehydrate. You'll have those kind of things in that package from me, along with a letter from me giving you some instructions about what time to be where and all kind of things like that. Because you're going to be excited, have fun, but we are also out there to take care of business. But like Frank said earlier, we're going to have an app that we'll be able to contact you. So if Frank or myself or Dana said, hey, the vote is happening right now, move. Those of you who've been around for a while, y'all remember we was out there, where were we at, Frank, when we all went outside and they called a vote. We were outside watching the Caribbean Festival and they called a vote like that. Atlanta. So
Atlanta. Yeah,
they are capable of doing stuff like that, y'all. They really are. So we're going to be prepared, like Frank and Christy was talking about. Appreciate that. Any other thing, Frank, before we move on?
No, that's really it. Like I said, if anything else comes up, I send out a text to you, Mike, to get out to everybody else. If anything else may transpire between now and the convention, and I'm pretty sure it will. And we'll send it to you too, Phil, because you can pop it into everybody's. You can send it to everybody.
All right.
We got a job on our hands, everybody. So let's go out there. Oh, this is the one other thing I wanted to say. It relates to those who are paying their own way to go and not attending. You are there. You are paying your way to go to the convention, which is fine, and I applaud those that do. But do not distract from the ones that have been paid by their union to be there, because they are taking count. They're making sure that the union dues funds are being spent correctly, and people need to be in those workshops and in the plenary session.
Frank, can you also tell them about the Facebook edit we want people to do?
The Facebook edit?
We don't want them.
The edit kit. Yeah. Anything you do at the convention, if you're gonna post anything, post it while you're in class, post it from class, post it from the plenary session. Any of the stuff you out there partying and hanging out, leave that for later. You can do that when you get back. We're there on business, because all that reflects into the local union and the UAW monitor. If you've been sent by dues dollars, trust me, they're watching, making sure that those dues dollars, that people are in those seats and in those workshops. And don't everybody go to the same workshop. Split up. Y'all figure out which ones you're gonna go to, and everybody go. Make sure it's somebody in each workshop. It shouldn't be like Phil, like Mike said, they were workshop hopping. No, be in those. You need to go. You got to be there.
Everybody, please heed Frank's words. We who are using UAW membership funds are being watched.
Yep. They got your names through those vouchers. So if you're being paid that way, it's all being looked at. It's all being looked at. How are your dues dollars being spent? You know, when anything that got black on it, their antenna goes up twice as high, and twice as fast. So you just be mindful of that.
And everybody, I spoke at the regional meeting. You all are leaders. You all are adults. And you all understand and accept responsibility. That's why we in these roles that you all stepped up and said you're going to do. So we need, as executive boards, to be examples of people, especially people who've been there for the first time. Heck, I'm gonna be excited. I've been in LA over 30 years, but I also know what's more important, and you do as well. So let's be the examples, and we want other people to be.
All right. And
now,
let me
Mike,
say,
finally,
Mike,
that's it.
Mike and Frank, eyes are on Detroit. Detroit has always been one of the stellar chapters, if you will. And now that we've got people like Frank, his name is known around there. Christy, she's known around there. Even though Mike is a newer president, Michael's name is known around the country. So eyes are on Detroit, as it always has been. So let's make Detroit proud.
Thank you. Thank you. Next up, I'm gonna keep you on. I'm sorry, Frank, you good, man?
Yeah, so he asked you another question. Quit asking
I'm sorry.
questions.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Let me go ahead. Whoever has a question, go ahead, please. Go ahead, please. Chrissy or Tiffany, whoever would like to speak.
I didn't know they were in them.
Yeah, this
No,
is
you have your hand up.
I'd just like to mention, for the benefit of the group, while you all are conducting business in LA, as a seasoned member of the executive board, longtime member, I will hold it down here gladly back home. And I would also like to just say, be mindful of that 3-hour time change. Factor that into all your decisions. Factor it in. It is a real thing in LA.
Coming and going.
Coming and going.
My other thing is, if you notice it when I gave my report, they have not asked for one person to be over a specific union in their registration in years. That's kind of how I got started assisting Miriam Pohl and Mary Dismute and all of them with registering individuals.
Yeah.
So you all have to be kind of mindful and look, when I tell you things, read between the lines. Because because they haven't done this for UAW in years.
We used to have our own line, period. You're right, Chrissy.
Right. And then the regions, they're asking for Region 7, for the regional reps, because this is something that Michigan started by doing a regional report of all of their delegates that attend. So now read between the lines. I'm sharing a lot of information to you all because that's my position where I'm at with the convention. But you look at what they're looking at. They're looking at who's attending, who's locals and things of that nature are paying for this, who's not, because yet granted, it's very costly, but they're looking at all of that. So we need to read between the lines and please just And I'm telling you, for those of you that are from local 600, when y'all get there, come and register ASAP for the convention, because Tony Richard come behind a little later on in the afternoon to find out who got there, who got theirs, and who ain't. And then he go after y'all. So I ain't holding nobody up, but once y'all get there to register, if y'all get there, come on down and get your stuff. So he don't have to go looking for none of y'all. Just give me y'all a little heads up.
And Chrissy, you making an excellent point by reading between the lines. Remember doing my report, I've told you how many times I submitted the report and then they couldn't find it. They ain't gonna tell me that they ain't gonna be in the book.
Y'all know
They
if
gonna be in
I'm
the
on my
book?
meetings, y'all know if I'm in my meetings with credentials, which credential follows with the reports and things of that nature. If I hear they ain't got nothing from Michigan, Mike, Dana, Frank, they all know I'm texting. They said
Yeah.
they ain't got this, they ain't got this, they ain't got that. I don't make a comment. And no, because that's not my place to say, but I'm texting y'all while I'm in those meetings.
Yeah.
They said they ain't got this, they said they ain't got that. So I'm
Chrissy,
trying to.
thank you. That's very important, everybody. Communications to those who are going, that we, my thing is safety. Besides the COVID situation, we're in a mask, but not being alone, especially the sisters and brothers. We're gonna be, well, Tanya Reyes, that's my partner, me and Herbie, take care of business. But being very serious, everybody, that's important too. All of that. Like I say, T. Bush gave this great piece. Matter of fact, the National used Tiffany's piece. So it's how effective it was. So I can't emphasize that enough. But let me move on. I'll get y'all out of here. Do we have it?
One more follow-up. One more follow-up.
Go ahead, Phil.
I understand they put up a new list of where the convention is going to be located at for the future. Where does Detroit fit in at that?
We don't. They did a backdoor thing. They went and did it behind closed doors, and we're not involved in that.
Well, my paper.
Any upcoming conventions.
Yeah.
So the last time we had one here was when?
1802.
Yeah.
I think it was 2009.
Hey, but Phil, you want to be careful what you ask for. That's a lot of work, man.
I understand, but I we were talking about looking at things, being slighted. Because look how many times it's been to Chicago, look how many times it's been Atlanta and all these other different locations. And those are things. It's one thing to be asked and say no, we don't want to do it, as opposed to not to be asked at all. And that's
exactly.
Well,
that's something we can bring up, Phil. We can bring up when we get there.
Yeah.
Well, part of it is
the next one.
I mean, let's just be real. Part of it is they know Michigan travels.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They know
Absolutely.
Michigan travels. If Michigan doesn't travel to Michigan, that means a lot of the conveniences that they get at the hotel and things of that nature, they don't get.
They don't get it.
They don't get it.
They don't get it. It's a perk thing.
Yeah.
Do we know where next year is?
Is it Houston?
No.
Phil's at Houston?
I don't remember.
I think it's back to Florida, if I'm not mistaken.
It might be Florida. It might be Florida or Texas.
Yeah, I think it's Houston, but we'll find out.
We were supposed to go back to Houston.
Yeah.
We had it listed, and then COVID shut it down.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So we were supposed to go back, I believe, within 2 years.
That's right.
Yeah.
So it might be Houston next year.
Yeah, I think it's Houston. I had a conversation at one of our president meetings, and I think that was brought up. But let me leave any other comments on this, and I'll move forward to old business. Any old business?
Yeah.
Go ahead, please.
I can list it as you all know, we normally participate in the Construction and Science Expo. They asked us, I believe, at the last meeting, if we were going to participate again this year. I had that discussion with Michael. It's on the 17th. Normally, it's on the same day that we leave to go to the convention. This year, it's on May 17th. At Tuesday it's not at the Science Center. It is at the Durfee Innovation Society. So it moved. It used to be at the Science Center. So I believe I sent Mike the information through email. And if anybody can make it, just to show up on Tuesday the 20th, we put it out there This is old
I'll
business.
I'll Tracy send it up, Frank.
Yeah, send it back out, Mike, because we still have a position on that board of the Black Caucus Foundation, and they're helping us with a couple of programs that we worked on in the past, and they're still working with us on it. So we want to make sure at least we can show up for that Construction and Science Expo. And one of that components in there, if you remember, Dave may not, is that the kids come from the Drug-Free Youth in Detroit program, which means they're tobacco and alcohol free. So, and they're ones also pushing that menthol, no menthol program, Dave. So you we probably want to, and I think you spoke with Manu about it a couple of years ago.
Right.
Yeah. So we're still working on that. So we can talk about that offline.
All right.
All right. But everybody can Mike, send that back out. I just want to bring that back up. Thank you.
Thank you. We will do any other old business. Any other old business. Moving on to new business. Any new business? Any new business? All right. I guess this falls on a new business. Yeah, go ahead, please.
The new business is for just so they didn't make it to the regional meeting, there's going to be a popcorn fundraiser.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
There's going to be a popcorn fundraiser. So look for that information to come out because they're going to try.
The Lansing one or the Canton?
No, national, Region 7.
Region 7, okay.
So look for that information to come out because what they're going to try to do is push it while we're at the convention, but it's going to be open up to everyone. So we're going to have cards and things of that nature to pass out. Dave, hopefully we'll get some to the retiree conference as well for those people, for those to also participate in it.
And Chris, if you get it to us, Frank and I are going to be at that leadership meeting. We can share with them as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Shauna's supposed to get it to Frank.
Yeah. I haven't seen it yet, so it's probably not ready.
Okay.
Thank you, Chris.
We want to try to get it in the kit. We want to try to get it in the kit bags also. If not in the bag, but at the distribution station.
Well, you get it to me, I can put it in the Detroit chapter bag.
Okay, as soon as we get it.
We're gonna have our own bag. Thank you. I totally forgot about it. Thank you. Any other new business? I have just a couple. One, if your union or your organization are doing any Juneteenth events, please get them to Michelle, Tracy, or myself so we can list them on our calendar. Your civil rights committees may be doing so. I know Gary told me his committee is doing some things. Just to go back what Frank was saying, they had listed, if you see anything that says CBTU Detroit is supporting the Juneteenth event in Dearborn, that's not true. We did not agree to that. They've got literature out on that. But if you're doing your organization or your church or anybody, send it to Michelle, Tracy, or myself so we can put it on our calendar. There's an event that's coming up, a group I work with, Juneteenth, they've been around, we've been around for years. We have an event on a Sunday for kids with bounties and free and everything, balloons and all that. Also, precinct delegate, and Tanya, if you can speak on this as well. I believe the deadline may have passed for you to sign up for precinct delegate, but you always can do a write-in candidate. But I encourage everybody on CBT in this meeting and our membership, we'll talk about it Saturday. If you have not signed up, or I'm not sure the deadline has passed, but precinct delegates are very, very important. You can go on as a write-in candidate as well. And also for all the UAW members, please vote this week. There's a voting for the leadership of the UAW is extremely important, and your vote counts. Tanya, did you want to speak on the precinct delegate?
The deadline has passed. It was May 3rd. But Michael is correct. If you go to vote and you see that there's some vacancies and you haven't, especially if there's nobody on there, put your name on there.
Mm-hmm. Tell your friends to put your name on.
Right, tell your friends that's in that area, a couple of neighbors, to write your name in. And then for those of us who are registered and are running, throw a little spot out there on your social media to let them know that you're running for precinct delegate as well. Like Michael Joseph said, this election, these next few elections are going to be very detrimental to our livelihoods. We are also asking to decline to sign on these petitions until you know for sure what the petitions are. There are many groups that we are all involved in that are working diligently to make sure that we have the information for the different petitions. So just be look out for that. And I also would like to say thank you to some of you who have signed up to screen with Fannie Lou Hamer. We appreciate that. And it shows the connection with the different groups. So continue to reach out to different groups and, you know, so we all can come together and be on one page.
And Tanya is on point. You know, the UAW is supporting the wage 15, and they need to have so many, over 300,000 signatures by June 1st. And Tanya, why don't you share with them about you and I was approached about somebody to sign, what we did to her.
Well, they asked us to sign, and we asked her about what she had to sign, and she told us about wages and all of that. So we told her we were very abreast. This young lady came from New York.
Mm-hmm.
To come
Tanya
down here.
Tanya, like, why don't you get somebody from Detroit to do this?
Right. I'm like, so why didn't y'all, if they paying you to come from New York, why didn't they pay somebody from Detroit to do it? So you have to be careful, because she's from New York, and she could have been selling us a dream.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
she was telling us she was, she tell Tanya she had her own business or something?
Yeah, she was talking about how she had her own business. And so we like, you taking money from somebody in Detroit who could be getting paid to do this.
Hey, y'all got to be mindful too of somebody that has a multiple of those petitions.
Yeah.
Right.
If they're holding 2 or 3 or 4 petitions, don't sign any of them. If that person does not know what is on those petitions, they're being paid per signature.
Per signature, yeah.
So you got you out here signing all these different petitions for whatever, and they can't explain to you what the hell is on it.
Yeah. That's why Craig may not be on the ballot.
Yep, absolutely. He shouldn't be on the
That
ballot.
won't be a disappointment.
Well, I heard he didn't have enough. I heard he didn't have enough signatures.
Yeah.
Legitimate ones.
Yeah, legitimately.
Lois,
But
I apologize. You had your hand up, Lois. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I just want to piggyback on what Tanya and Frank is saying about the petitions. There's the 2 that's going out. One is good about voters' right, but the titles are so close that you could easily sign the wrong one thinking you signing the correct one. One is protect the vote, one is to secure the vote. You got to be careful.
Yeah.
So it's almost best not to sign those voter ones unless you got your little cheat sheet in your hand, because when they're talking about Michigan vote to secure, protect, there are 2 vote ones out there. And I think I even got caught up in one, and I said, wait a minute, but I didn't have the information at home, and it was, with me, and it was talking about secure the vote. And then there's the other one comes in about voters' rights. So they're playing a good brain game.
Republicans are very good at this.
So the 2 petitions that I have that we should say right now, no to decline to sign, is secure the vote and audit Michigan.
Yeah.
Tanya and I will be talking about that on our when we do the candidates too. We're going to be doing some voter information with that. Let me move on to I think Christy. I'm sorry, Lois. Were you finished, Lois? Lois, were you finished?
Yes, I'm finished. I'll lower my hand in just a moment.
Okay, I'm trying to get y'all out of here. Chrissy, and then Frank.
Where they vote, like you said, where they voting?
Mine was in regards to TULC is holding another raffle for the month of May. We did start already for this first week of May. The tickets are $10, and you have your name can be in the drawing every day for the entire month of May. So myself, Juanita, Calvin, if I'm
Pam
missing,
Smith.
oh, and Pam Smith, we all have tickets if anyone is interested.
Thank you. And Christy, if you could send that to Phil or me or Tracy, we can put it on our social media as well as our web. Frank, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Frank.
I was just gonna piggyback what we were talking about, the precinct delegates and the petitions. That's why we need precinct delegates. Because we can have precinct delegates handling these petitions, people will know exactly what the hell is being done. So that's the other reason why it's important to become a precinct delegate. We can do those petitions and with people that actually know what is going on. That's it. Bye.
Thank you. Any other comments or announcements? Any other announcements? Hearing none, I will, first of all, thank you again, everybody, for getting up this beautiful Monday. I know y'all would rather be outside. We got a great week is going on. Happy Mother's Day to all of the mothers. You are incredible women. And some of you, I had a chance to tell that to you personally. Just love and respect all of you sisters here, as well as you brothers as well. Because Father's Day is coming up and the lady's gonna buy some barbecue sandwiches. So we'll be okay. But in all seriousness, we respect you
Don't
ladies.
hold your breath on those sandwiches.
We just respect y'all for what y'all do because hey, if it wasn't for our sisters, we'd be in trouble, y'all. With that, I will entertain a motion. Don't forget, we have our meeting on Saturday, 3 o'clock. Hopefully you have a good special guest coming. They had not confirmed, so I don't want to announce the name yet, but it's somebody you really want to hear. So with that, 3 o'clock Saturday, we'll be together again with general membership, spread the word, and I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion, Lois Lofton Donovan, that we adjourn.
So she used all of her names. Yes, ma'am. Is there a second?
Yeah, I want you to understand I'm ready.
I know. Vince, did you have something, Vince? Okay. And everybody, we got one more thing we're not gonna talk about. Go, you have something, Vince?
No, just second it. That's all.
Okay. Thank you, Vince, for seconding it. We're going to talk about it Saturday a little bit. Vince, Frank, and I have a semi-announcement to tell y'all, just a progress report, but we're getting ready for some great things for Detroit CBTU. So with that, you voted. Everybody, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
God bless you. Enjoy the evening, everybody. Much respect and love, y'all. Peace.
Peace and love.
Good night, everyone.
Good night. Be safe.
If they ask Frank about it, where they both, or that just, is that just for the executive board?
I don't know.